Mama Kwaba Edba Palmas Council so. Your friend Dekin Palmas Edu. Marriage and relationship counselor. Coping skills expert. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to this channel. Press on the subscription button. Turn on the notification. So whenever a video is uploaded, you'll be the first person to have it. Today on Palmas Council, I want to speak on a topic, or I want to share with you 12 signs to know it is time to walk away from that relationship. 12 signs to know it is time to walk away from that relationship. Or 12 red flags to know it is time to walk away from that relationship. It is difficult and tough to walk away from a relationship or a person which you believe or you presume that you love that person. It is very difficult. But making tough decisions is for your own good and betterment. Enunti enano ayehwe niema bi a ebe me yehu say we di emra so say e wo say relationship na me no oba no ana abrante no wo mu no e wo say metwe me ho firi. Say na maka edin say wo no obi tena na we grow to love that person, then time comes for you to quit or part ways. It is very difficult. But say what me jina na usi say jina ye no na wo work free mo a for your own good. You see, there's something I want you to understand. You can't walk away from marriage easily. So when you are in marriage, you become tied to the person. But in relationship, your objective there is to make sure that all the things that I need to cohabit or coexist with your partner in future or in marriage is there. But if it is not there, you have every liberty or right to move away or walk away from that relationship. It is for your own good. So the question is it okay or is it right to walk away from relationship? Yes, it is okay and it is good to walk away from toxic relationship. It is not all relationship or just mere thing or trivial things that you can walk away from relationship. Some you can be in it to work towards it or work on it. But if you see that you've worked upon it and it is not just working, you walk away. And when the relationship becomes toxic, you become unhappy, lonely, miserable. And those things that makes you miserable, if you do not walk away from the relationship or pragmatic approach or steps are not taken to resolve those issues, it will affect your marriage. It will have toll on your marriage and you will not be happy in your marriage. And you know, so a relationship ma e ya kwanya amount se obatoto niema ye na wahu se nipa no a wona ne kwatena da bi na maware na matena afebo no ubetimi ne natena ti se niema bi ba na se wo hwe na wuntimi na maye ho adwuma na se ntiase ye ma eye se ubetwe ho dan se ubetrem de ho na da bu bewu ana areho stress depression pressure befa na afi aware na abeko no unye enije wo. The first point I want you to know, say, but before we move on to the points, I want you to know that these points are not in order. What I mean is that they are not in order like maybe you have to see the first one to the last one to the 12th one. No. So you need to sit down, watch this video to the fullest, to the last point. This video is very loaded. So when you watch it to the last point, then when even your own starts from the 12th, the last page, or it begins off from the middle, you can know. Thank you very much. So the first point I want you to know is that when you fail, you are not being respected by your partner. In a relationship, for the relationship to be thrived or for you to live together, you and your partner need to respect each other. Your partner need to respect your opinions, your ideas, what you stand for, your values, your personality. Enti say o partner na one no e relationship on for buo ni anidie emma wa, the partner will overstep his or her bounds and her boundaries or his boundaries. The one who here nimguase o be ma wo de nipa mu abontinu efi o be gu ani mase na emwa. Now when you stay in that relationship and it extends into marriage, you are going to be disrespected by your partner. Now when so when you feel that you are not being respected by your partner and nothing is being done by the partner, it shows that your partner does not value you, doesn't have respect for you. So it's a sign that it's a time for you to walk away. The second point is when your opinions doesn't matter anymore. You see, in a relationship, if your partner values you, so partner obuya, when it comes to some certain decisions, your opinion need to be heard. But when your partner doesn't value your opinion doesn't matter, whatever you say doesn't count. It is a sign that your partner doesn't value you. So when you get into marriage, the same thing, and you are going to be emotionally hurt. So it is a sign that you have to walk away. The third point is that when in relationship, your relationship is always in conflict. There will be disagreements. Because when two people meet, individual differences. So you are not going to disagree. You are going to disagree on some issues. But when it becomes like always, everything that you do is in conflict. You need to pause and see that no, you are not clicking. So it is a time for you to walk away. Point 4 is when there is abuse. When you are in a relationship and you want to get married, and always you are physical abuse. When you are also verbally abused, always. Filthy languages, filthy things are verbally abuse or emotional abuse. When it becomes constant, or physically abused, or being tortured, beating, and all those things, you see that you cannot dwell or cohabit with this person. The person will kill you. So when you get into marriage, the same thing is going to happen. So it shows that it is time for you to walk away from that toxic relationship. It is a red flag. Love doesn't hurt. So we the point number 5 here. When you have a cheating partner who does not or who don't seem to regret their act, what that means that when you have a partner watching the so cheating but will deny, another person is cheating on you but doesn't seem to regret the act, it shows that when you get married to the person will keep on cheating on you over and over and over again, because the person is not showing remorse of his attitude or behavior. It shows that, and you too, you cannot live with somebody who cheats over you. It shows that it's a time that you need to walk away from that relationship. Don't allow that relationship to end in marriage. If not, you are going to fight. I don't know what will come out of it. If not, care is not taken, you will commit murder in it. So it's a time, walk away. Point number 6 is when you can't trust your partner. Trust is one of the pillars if you want to have a successful relationship or marriage. Trust. So or partner. And when it comes to a point that you cannot trust your partner anymore, whether you may be a wayamo and maybe a okosoa oye, you will see that you will be insecure. And your partner might notice that you feel insecure in that relationship, but your partner is not trying to do anything to resolve that issues. Madam or Mr., it is time, walk away. because you cannot be in marriage without trust. Inti kakra bi no behunu se ukunu no pie ana we ni pie no oma ya wakoma ubi pi beko so na wo nhwe obenya hard blood pressure. Wana na mana otetete no. Wuti ase. Ubebo pa ma manfo atetete we yiri ukunu ana wo boy ana wo girlfriend no. Na wo nya akoma wo de betena da opie wani nje wo yiri no kọ na oma ye when it is 11 12 and your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend is not at home. Then you begin to cry. In fact, you are going to die in that relationship. So it's a time, if you see you cannot trust your partner, walk out from that relationship. Point number 7 is that when you are the only one who always compromise and make sacrifice, you see, in the relationship or in marriage, small amount of sacrifice and compromises build each partners up and builds the relationship up. But when it becomes that it is only you that you are making compromises and sacrifices, you can make a compromise and sacrifice that you can see that you have changed in the presence of your partner. You have changed and you cannot even now locate yourself, your natural self. That is not a good thing. When there was a the bia fre o partner no and now ukunu no was checking on him. Was the bia you give something into it. Ebasa, relationship and marriage are for mutual benefit. So when you become individualistic or individual benefit, one has become greedy, and it is not a good thing. Now when you cannot fulfill that demands, or you cannot compromise any longer, and our limb now end into divorce. So when you see, say, you are the only person who is compromising on things or sacrificing, nipa no de ono de on sacrificing bibia na wonko na de bia de wo sacrificing now compromise. It is a sign, say, this your partner will not help you, and that your partner will drain you. That your partner is not there to help you. In marriage, that partner will not be a helpmate. And you know, point number 9. When your partner is selfish, it is very difficult to live with a selfish partner or a selfish person. Iti mmiri bia no behunu se ono nde no ono nko apɛ no na ɛwɔ sɛ woyɛ. Na ono nko abɛka no na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ. Na ono sɛ ɛnte sa nko ade a dabi ɛnya ade a ɔbɛgye atu. And when you live with a selfish person, the person becomes domineering. Enti anya ne ono bɛka de a yɛ ngintum. Anya ne ono bɛyɛ de a yɛ ngintum. Such a person, you cannot live in a marriage. Marriage, both of us sacrifice, both of us compromise and adjust into situation, adjust to our partner. Say na be ye DJ ebeba ye nyina ye ntem. Ti say nipa be too much selfish. No be selfish. One hwe ya, nipa no ntimi adjust into also needs or demands. Timri bia no e wo se wo nko a, tu bo so wo fie na wusu. Da bia wusu gu yam. Na anije wunya bi. Na obo so obefon na obetete na obeye time. So when you see that your partner is too much selfish, it is a time or a sign that is showing you that it is time you need to walk away from this relationship. Point number 10. When there is a breakdown of communication in a relationship, it is a sign that you cannot continue this relationship, and don't allow this relationship to end in marriage. Always, as I've been saying, relationship, communication is the life wire of every relationship and marriage. Communication is the blood of every relationship and marriage. So as your blood stop to flow in you, you die. The same way when communication stops or breaks down, the relationship or the marriage dies. So when you cannot have healthy communication, number communication in atemdie, you see, it is a sign that this relationship cannot work. When you cannot spend time together to communicate, when your partner cannot communicate with you lengthily, it shows that there is a breakdown in communication. So something must be done. But if you try and it is not resolving, it means that there's nothing you can do again. So you need to walk out of that relationship and find somebody better. Point number 11 is when your partner has lost interest in you. This is why it is difficult for people to accept. You see, in relationship, you know when you started, you know how you have done things and how things are going. So when it gets to a point that your partner, whether he or her has lost interest in you, when your significant other has lost interest in you, it is a sign that it is time for you to walk out. But it has become very difficult for people to accept that the person has lost interest in me. And you wasn't any part of what was in my meeting so what try your best. But you can try out to the point, say, well, say, you can why you be but you say no, or partner no interest to be a woman. Near Mananka, we are not going ninja woman, say, any hobby, be a nanka way and say, a ninja home. Adianka, we are nanka was Osano. It say we are crying than a buffoo. Now, I'm not antandia. As manka, we can win a jokes, It say we can a buffoo by the part of own when my head. It is a clear sign, say, your partner has lost interest in you. It is a time that shows you, say, it is a time that walk away from that relationship because that relationship has become toxic. And untimanya say, media mentality say, men start here no on this how and it is on this but he say, what will send you out here? What will say, people will lose interest. It is very difficult. It is not easy. But my brother and my sister, though you have wasted your time and resources, but if the person does not have any interest in you anymore, please walk out from that relationship. Number 12, the last point. When both of you have tried your best, but it is just not working. When two of you in a relationship has tried your best, but it is not just working, please, it is time for one of you or each of you to walk out of that relationship. My number biya, ma try number try biya. Next so I don't know. And work it. Inti and working on. Dear now be. And working on. Dear now be. And working on. Dear now be. And was say with me walking out because money na ma put by and say obi. SEC will be yourself, but you are trying your best. But the thing is not working. Don't stay in it and say he will change. Things will be better. In fact, you have waited 3, 4 years, 5 years. Things are not getting better. It is a sign that this relation. Sorry, this was 11th one. So the 12th one, and the last one is when you and your partner are incompatible. When you and your partner are incompatible. You see, in relationship, there's individual differences. So there might be slight preference in choice. It is understandable. But when it becomes, say, you are not compatible or agree in aspiration, core values, faith, it is a sign that shows you that you cannot cohabit. You cannot cohabit. So you need to walk out of that relationship. And finally, say, you are a time that believe that sex in marriage must be done between man and woman, and it must be done how when you open a design. And but there is a guy or woman who also believe that sex can be done anyhow, and he can even penetrate through your, excuse me to say, your anus. You see, you don't share these values. So when you enter into marriage with this person, there's always going to be a problem, health, and other health issues. So it's a sign that you are incompatible. So you need to work out. And now when you are a Christian and you are getting married to a traditionalist, the person doesn't believe in your faith. So which means that when you get married, raising child and those things, there will be a problem at a certain point of time. So it is a sign that you are not compatible. So you need to walk away. So when you have seen all these 12 signs that I've given to you, these are not all, but I believe these are basic things that will cut across. When you are not being respected, your opinion are not heard, up to when you have tried and it is not working. It is a sign that shows that it's time for you to walk out of that relationship. Don't stay there. It is an opportunity to walk out. But when you stay there and you get into marriage, it will be difficult for you, and you will be unhappy in marriage, miserable in marriage, loneliness in marriage, and one way a divorce. And it can lead to a lot of things that you are not going to be happy in marriage. So I will plead with you, when you see all these red flags, all these signs, take a step to resolve. If it is not being resolved, walk out of that relationship. And don't stay and say, me down. Marriage goes beyond emotions. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I am Palmas. Press on subscription button and turn on the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram, palmas.edu, or Facebook, Palmas Edu. Bye bye.